The hosts feel it would be a little unkind to present this podcast without just a word of friendly warning. We are about to unfold the story of Frankenstein, a man of science who sought to create a man after his own image without reckoning upon God. It is one of the strangest tales ever told. It deals with the two great mysteries of creation, life and death. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now's your chance to. Well, we've warned you.
Hello and welcome once again to the Frankencast. I'm the mad scientist Anthony Bowman. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm joined as always by...
The brother you didn't know that you had, that is Eric Velasquez. My pronouns are also he, him. I mean, maybe you did know until I just revealed myself, I guess.
Yeah, so, as promised, we're back with the sequel, Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Just a little late, but that's all.
Well, and I remember we did this last one, and there was all kinds of lore that you had to fill me in on, but I feel like at this point the cinematic universe is maybe setting itself slightly aside, but there's definitely some characters that are popping up that I'm sure you're a little more familiar with than I am.
We're definitely having illusions, for sure.
Yeah. But I think they do a good job where, I watched this and there was never a point where I was like, what is that? What's going on here? Like, if you don't play the games, you're going to follow along fine. You're just not going to be like, oh, it's him. He's here, But the marionette is like the big thing introduced in this movie, and I'm sure there's all kinds of marionette lore that I don't know, but I was not lost or confused at all over the course of this.
Surprisingly, they fill you in on most of it, as far as I'm aware or remember. I mean, so we're getting to the point where, like you said, this is becoming more solidified. We're going into a lot of, I don't want to say explored territory, because even here, I love what they did with the possession thing. That was kind of a new take, but that was actually later on one of the creepiest things in this.
Yeah,
at least I thought.
I think I might like this one a little better than the first one in that it feels like they're figuring out how to do this as a movie.
Right. It's not just, hey, that's cute. It's, hey, there's actually stuff here a little bit more.
And there's even, there's a bit in the middle where, I've played just a little bit of the first game just to kind of, understand how it works and everything. And there's a part in the middle here where I was like, that's the game. They're making it he's playing the game. And it was, really fun. It was kind of neat. So I'm sure that, people who have played all of these games were, really excited for that sort of, nod that was really directly what the game is like, but also worked as a movie. It wasn't a boring thing that they kind of just stuffed in to make you feel like the game. It works as a film scene as well.
Very diegetic, right?
Yeah.
So all right, let's get this party started. So we're gonna start off with a shadow. It's William Afton, welcoming everyone back to the show. We're going to have big surprise at the end, which they do. It's surprise. That's a promise they kind of fulfill there. Yeah,
we're sort of, this is a flashback sort of scene. And we're in a,
82.
It's a Freddy Fazbear's facility, but it's not the one we were in last time. It's bigger, it's fancier. It's got a little, there's a moat or something, a little boat section. There's a lot. There's
it's like a lazy river. Is that?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
So it's their sort of flagship store, maybe.
Yeah. By the way, Anthony, since it's set in '82, there was a subset of people you probably don't know about this that were asking about what about '83 and '87, because there's a big event in the games that happened in both '83 and '87. They're called the Bites of '83 and '87. It's very literal.
Okay.
Yeah, you should definitely look it up just to refresh yourself. But everyone was like, why 82, right?
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's an interesting number. But we got ball pits and games. Let's go.
Yeah, it looks fun, and we have one girl. It seems like there's like a big birthday party. There's lots of kids. I mean, it's like a Chuck E. Cheese. There's kids running around everywhere, but there's one kind of weird girl who's just sitting in front of the stage, sort of motionless, just like waiting. And nothing's going on the stage currently, but she's just like ready.
Right, and even like the workers, they're like, "Hey, kid, like it's timed. It's going to be there when it's there. Like, just chill."
Yeah. And like one of the other like girls comes and checks in on her and everything.
An oddly suspiciously blonde girl. Have we seen her before in another movie, I wonder?
Yeah. But the sort of like weird sad girl is like, I'm just waiting for her. She's the only one who understands me.
Charlotte, you would have loved goth music. Bauhaus.
Yeah.
And Vampire the Masquerade, probably, when you got a little bit older.
And she ends up seeing, like it's like a little later, she's wandering around backstage.
Well, so what happens is, like, she does go eat cake with her friend Vanessa. Spoiler, I guess. I don't know if it's a spoiler. It's fucking Vanessa. Yeah. And she sees a kid get drugged by Bonnie, Golden Bonnie, or whatever you want to call him, William Afton, into a back room. And she's like, oh, that doesn't look good.
Yeah, so she starts, like, trying to warn everybody, like, begging various adults for help, workers and, like, parents and everything, and everybody's just, like, ignoring her. They're just like, go have fun, get some cake, whatever. They just are, it's the classic thing where, like, the kid sees the horror thing and the adults don't believe it's real, and...
Literally, this is to the generation of people who literally in Kentucky had to be reminded not to beat their kids during this period. And also, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your kids are, right? They just didn't give a shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So, since no one will listen to her, she's like, I guess I gotta do this myself. So she goes backstage, and she ends up seeing, like, the Bonnie there, like, at a dish sink, like, whistling, working, but right. in the whole mascot costume, and then she sees the boy just, like, laying on the ground unconscious, and so she starts trying to, like, drag him out, but of course...
this little girl drags out another kid that's of comparable size. Her adrenaline is kicking in 30 billion times in this instant.
But of course, she's seen, and so we have this, like, really intense scene where, like, she's trying to drag, as you said, a kid her size while being chased by, one of the...
A grown-ass man.
Yeah, with a knife. And so, she bursts through the curtain onto the stage, screaming, collapsing. She's got, like, stab wounds in her back.
Right.
And then the trap door that she was sitting in front of waiting falls open, and she falls through the stage. And then suddenly, rising up out of the trap door, there's that creepy marionette holding her.
She would have loved that. That's very Crow. She would have been like, yes.
Yeah, what a way to go out.
Yeah, right. She died as she lived. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, then we get basically the big introduction to the puppet / marionette with, like, the whole intro scene going on with, like, did you notice that the newspapers actually blame the girl for her own murder?
Yeah, it's the whole credit sequence, we're seeing newspaper clippings and everything, and it's basically like, Freddy's denied any, that she was backstage where she wasn't supposed to be, irresponsible, right, etc. Like, she's completely blamed for everything.
Despite the person who murdered her,
Yeah.
But then we do end on a shot of the kid with Freddy Fazbear, it's Vanessa, one more time.
Yeah, and here, like, as you said, like, with this not being a spoiler, that we have, like, the kid and Freddy, and then, like, it just kind of, like, fades in on grown-up Vanessa. So, they're spelling it out for sure. If you didn't catch it, this is, the blonde girl at the beginning is Vanessa, and here she is as an adult. And she, after she wakes up, she calls Mike from the previous film, They've clearly like continued their friendship, and they're just kind of like they went through a traumatic event together, so they're sort of like trauma bonded. So like Mike's sister Abby, who he is now raising, is getting ready for school. So
hey, the friend we've had the entire time, Jeremiah, is coming over.
Right. Yeah, as soon as like Abby gets on the bus, Jeremiah shows up, and he's like, "What's going on with you? Like, are you dating this Vanessa girl? Like, you're talking to her all the time. What's she sounds kind of crazy. Like her. Did all that really happen?" And Mike's like,
"Well, we get lore drop that the aunt did not die in the previous one. She's been institutionalized."
Mm-hmm.
Which that's wild.
Yeah. And Mike's like, I don't know what's going on with Vanessa. We're figuring it out, but like, I don't need you butting in on it right now. We're still figuring it out. And then, and we just want to keep everything that happened in the last movie on the down low. We sound crazy and we know it, and we're not trying to, we're not going to be the people who saw the UFO and ruin our whole lives over it. But we cut right from that to Abby on the school bus telling everybody what happened. She is not keeping it on the down low at all.
Right. He's like, no, she doesn't want the attention. Yes, she definitely wants the attention for that incident, for sure.
Yeah. Weirdly, like none of the kids seem to believe her. They think she's lying and making up a story, except there's one kid who kind of buys it. But
there's a couple kids that are like, hey, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't seem like they like her. Like this seems like the kind of situation where like she'd be bullied by everybody, but that's not what we're setting up here. Like everybody seems to kind of get along with her fine.
All the kids.
Yeah. But so we go from sort of this interaction with all the kids to school, where we have a science teacher who doesn't believe that this stuff happened, but also just like doesn't like Abby at all. Like to a strange degree.
Well, you see, he's a STEM teacher, and she's a girl, thus they're natural enemies, apparently, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and like to the point where like he's talking about the science fair and everything, and is pretty much telling her like, you shouldn't bother. Like you're not gonna win. You shouldn't try. I'm gonna give you an A just because you're fine, but like don't work really hard. Like I'm not really interested in
I'm not expecting much from you.
Yeah.
What an asshole, by the way.
Yeah. And this the teacher is Wayne Knight. Like this is pretty much all he does is play assholes and stuff. He's really good at it.
He's such a good asshole though.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, like why is this man not in more movies? I guess it's not the 90s or early 2000s anymore, but still, keep this man in the movies. He should have work all the time.
Yeah, I really like. I mean, he was, in the '90s, he was like, in Jurassic Park and also in Seinfeld. He was like everywhere, and yeah, I don't feel like I see much of him anymore.
Yeah, I hope he didn't say or do anything controversial, for God's sake. And then me be like, put him in more movies, make a monster popular again.
Yeah, surely not if he's in this. Hopefully not.
I would think not. It was produced by Scott Cawthon, so let's not. I'm not. Well, I'll share my politics with him about him a little bit later, but we'll save that. He's not a monster. He just pays for monsters. Anyway,
the one thing that we also get in this is that there's an upcoming big event called Faz Fest. That's like, people are it's sort of like retro interested in Freddy Fazbear's again, and so like there's gonna
it's because the aunt literally she's like the vector for Freddy in this, like literal Freddy Krueger is what I meant. Sorry.
Like
you son of a bitch, you were playing 4D chess with me all along. You're trying to confuse Freddy Krueger with Freddy Fazbear. No.
Yeah. And so we cut to like later, Abby getting home from school, and Mike is about to leave on a date. He's kind of like, giving Abby instructions for while he's gone and everything. And Abby's like, can I go to Freddy's? Can I go visit my friends? And Mike's like, I told you over and over, like, your friends are all broken. I'll try. I'm going to try to fix them eventually, but there's nothing you can do.
That's the dad. I'll get to it later. I'll get to it later.
Yeah. But yeah, so from the events of the previous movie, Abby still has this connection to the kid ghosts and wants to talk to them through the animatronics, but the actual animatronics are damaged. And
I feel like this is an easy fix, though, and being like, hey, they did try to kill you, though. So maybe they're not that great of friends, right?
Yeah. And I think Mike isn't putting off fixing them because he's just lazy. I think he's like hoping she loses interest in this and moves on.
And they never do. No one ever does. They will always harp on that until you actually say, hey, they did actually try to murder you. That was kind of part of their package deal.
Yeah. But so after he leaves for the date, Abby's frustrated that he's not helping her, and she sits down to watch a reality ghost hunter type show called Spectral Scoopers. And not what I thought that was going to be, honestly. I thought we were going after ghost dogs here, Scoopers. Yeah.
All right, anyway. That was a bad one. I apologize.
And so, meanwhile, we go to the date where Mike and Vanessa are... I think they're both sort of romantically interested in each other, but they don't know how to do this right now. Again, trauma bonded. They don't know how to try to be normal now. They end up talking about Abby's friends, and Vanessa is like, "You need to just be honest with her. Stop telling her you're going to fix them someday. Just tell her we have to move on."
We learn of the weakness in their relationship as he's like, "Oh, honesty, that's cute." Anyway, how about work? Because obviously was not totally honest with him, and I feel like, I guess it was a big twist in the last one, but was it something you could really blame her about, being like, "Hey, I don't want to talk about my serial killer father"?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or maybe it is. I don't know. I don't have a serial killer parent yet that I know of.
She does tell him that she's been having weird dreams about Freddy's again and is kind of worried about what that might mean. And Mike doesn't see... Which is weird, he's already experienced a lot of supernatural shit in the previous movie. Right. But, Vanessa...
This should raise all the flags.
Yeah, he should be like, well, maybe this is real. Maybe the ghosts are coming, who knows? But instead he's like, I'm sure they're just dreams. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah, just have a dream vision thing quest, and you'll be fine. It'll be good.
Yeah. But we end up, it's after the date, he gets home, and he finds that Abby's gone, and she's left a note that she has gone to fix her friends.
She said, "I'll do it."
Yep, you won't do it. I'm not going to wait anymore. So we have Mike, rushing over to Freddy's to see what's going on. And he finds Abby inside, sitting on the floor, and all the animatronics are standing, lined up on the stage.
But are they? Only in her mind.
Oh, yeah. And so there's this whole thing, where she's like, where are they? Where are the kids?
And he's like, well, I kind of hit them and just, tore them up a little bit.
And he's kind of like, well, maybe they're in heaven, maybe they live on in your heart or whatever, kind of giving that sort of, which is what you do when kids are dealing with processing death. But
they've got to live upstate on the farm.
Yeah. And he's like, no, or she says, you're so cheesy.
Which beats a joke, Hey, anyway.
Yeah. So he does, he kind of, I can't remember exactly, he agrees that, it'd be okay if she took something home to remember them by for now.
Basically, it's a consolation prize for her grief. And he's like, okay, you have 1 million tickets. Pick one thing to take out of here, right?
Yeah.
And he offers her ancient-ass orange gummies.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would be cool with that, but, my sister.
No, definitely not. But what she does end up finding is a thing called the Faz Talker. That's like a tape recorder kind of thing. And I think it when she she can press buttons and it'll hear
it's a speaking spell.
Yeah. So she takes that home. And as they're leaving, they see a bunch of flyers for Faz Fest, like, tacked up outside. But there's also another flyer taped over top of them all that say, Freddy's is murder, and it has a phone number to call for more info.
Right. Okay. I mean, that's a statement.
Yeah. So then we cut to a different Freddy's location.
Right, with the spectral scoopers.
Yeah, they're arriving.
By the way,
in their...
where's their other TV crew? Like, it's not just them. This, like, yeah.
Yeah, those kind of shows, they come with a whole ass crew, but here it's just like three of them or whatever.
Right, we have the three main characters of the show. Mm-hmm. But this time we don't have to do B&E. We could just be let in. We're getting the VIP treatment, baby.
Yeah, and they say they have permission from Mike.
Right, the security guard, the guy.
Yeah. Then they go inside. They're filming a little bit. And
we learned this is the original Fazbear. By the way, there's like 30 original Fazbear locations. They change with everything. But yeah, this is the original, basically the one from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. Like as they're filming around, like a guy just kind of like jump scares them accidentally.
Right. Hey, I'm guard, Mike.
Yeah, and
Michael.
It's not our Mike. It's not the Mike we know, who is also a security guard for Freddy's. This is a different guy.
Fred Carter. By the way, this guy could be Bill Moseley's son, right? We agree on that?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay. He's Bill Moseley's love child. That's my lore.
And as like Mike starts giving them the tour of the facility, it's clear that this is the Freddy's that we saw at the beginning of the movie. It's got the marionette, it's got the lazy river, it's got the ball pit, it's got all of the extra stuff that the Freddy's we're used to seeing from the first movie did not have.
Right.
But as you would expect, he's giving them the tour, and then instantly everybody's like, "Oh, hang on, I'm gonna go look at this," and now we're all split up. We got to have split the party so that we can get some craziness to go on. One of the guys,
boy,
one of the guys like just falls into the lazy river.
How you do that, I don't know, but apparently that's very common there because it happens twice, which is weird, but it's not a lot, but it's weird that happened twice.
Yeah. And we have the girl of the group who seems like the kind of host of the show. She hears some music, wanders off, and finds a music box that's playing the song "My Grandfather's Clock." It's just like a very old sort of nursery rhyme that I feel like I learned to play on the recorder when I was like a child. It's
this is one of the things I really actually enjoy about this movie is because she only hears that because she has her earphones on. Which you would think it would be the opposite, right? You would hear it normally, but when she takes the earphones off, that's when the volume of the song starts dwindling down. So it's like the ghost of Charlotte, surprise, I guess, I don't know, that's much of a surprise, is the one that's influencing what she's hearing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Next to her, there's like a giant present box that pops open, and the marionette comes out, and it's one of those things where it just kind of like lunges at her, and then we cut away.
Right.
And to another one of the like cast members or whatever who hears her scream, and he kind of like turns like he's gonna like run for her, but something also snatches him.
Right. We get an allusion to a Foxy puppet that was supposed to be with the rest of the cast, but it was part of a pull apart, put back together thing, like an exhibit at a science museum. But the kids aren't very nice and somehow messed it up. And that's what that is. It's called Mangle by fans.
Okay. And we see that Michael sees this guy get snatched and,
right, and he's like,
does not do anything. Yeah. Meanwhile, we also see the third guy who is the one that fell in the water. He also gets attacked. He
gets piranha'd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're just all getting dispatched very quickly.
Right. But then Michael, turns out he goes down to the trapdoor room, or the present room, and he finds that hey, the Lisa girl from Spectral Scoopers is now possessed by the marionette, and she looks really creepy and cool.
Yeah, as you were saying, like the way that they like when you get possessed by the marionette, you suddenly have like the marionette's face paint.
Right, and glowing gold silver eyes.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she comes like walking towards Michael, and she says, "Welcome back, Charlotte." And then we cut to home where Abby is playing with her Phaz Talker, hoping that like some of the ghost kids will talk to her through it.
Right. And she tries to also play with her sad robot to get it to work as well.
Yeah. And then we cut away from her to Vanessa, who is she's in like spin class, and she suddenly like has a hallucination where she sees her dad, and she ends up like runs out of her class. And then we just
By the way, did you catch that when she was spinning, that she was going a lot faster than the others? There's a theory we'll talk about later on, I guess.
Oh, okay.
If you're interested in that. Yeah.
So we just cut to her like getting home, and again she's like having had these prophetic dreams, she's like, maybe I can talk to him.
I can do something about this.
Yeah. So she like goes into a dream, and like she's telling her dad like, I'm not afraid of you, but he's chasing her with a knife and is like, don't you know I love you? Very creepy stuff here.
Right, you're my favorite. I love you, and also you have a purpose. Oh no!
And I really like that, like, just sort of in the middle of this dream, it goes from like adult Vanessa to suddenly she's her child self again.
But then when she's trying to take back power, adult Vanessa with a gun and cop, the cop clothes.
Yeah, it feels very much like a lucid dream where she's like losing and gaining control of herself in it and everything. But yeah, of course.
Is it inappropriate to make a joke about her being a bastard? Just asking.
No. And so yeah, it's great. Like she, as you said, she's got a gun in her cop uniform. She shoots him, and as he's like dying in the dream, he says, "You'll always be mine."
Yep. Always.
Yeah. But then later that night, the Phaz Talker does start talking to Abby.
Oh, we skipped over when, as a child, she was crawling like through the attic and everything, and she finds. Do you know who Circus Baby is?
No.
It's the animatronic that she sees that has the red pigtails and the white face and the like tutu in this vision.
Okay.
There's a whole thing about that as well, and there's a whole this ties into the theories later.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt that last part.
No. Yeah, I mean this lore stuff that I will miss is definitely knowledge that you have and I don't.
Yep. But she wakes up to a storm, as does Abby, and then the Phaz Talker starts spelling her name. Mm-hmm. Abby, that is.
Yeah, and asking her for help. So she sneaks out and gets on her bike and goes to Freddy's, but it's not, again, it's not the one she's used to going to. This is the original one where the Scoopers have been.
Right, we'll bring you to our special location that only you will know about, and other people that we lured in. Mm-hmm. By the way, how do you think Charlotte got her information? Like, is there a ghost bulletin board?
Yeah, it is interesting how this all ties together.
Yeah.
And
that's something I'm not familiar with here.
When Abby goes inside, Chica appears and starts talking to her, and it seems like everything is good. Like it's a happy reunion, and she's back with her,
Welcome back,
her
Abby.
old friends.
By the way, do you know who plays Chica?
No, I don't think so.
You're not familiar with that voice? Okay, well, I'll give you a hint. This is the second time she's played a codependent robot, which is weird that's happened that many times. Or I messed up the joke twice this episode. Anyway, Megan Fox has played a codependent robot twice, and it's not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Yeah, interesting.
Yes, so Megan Fox is Chica.
Okay.
Or Toy Chica.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we have Vanessa goes to visit Mike and tell him what what she's experienced, her whole dream.
By the way, did you notice that she just walks in? So either A, she has the keys, or Mike is fucking dumb and hasn't learned his lesson from not locking the doors against robots or animatronics, I guess.
Yeah, you'd think once you had that kind of traumatic experience, like, yeah, doors locked all the time.
I just lock my doors all the time anyway. That's just me.
Sure.
Yeah.
So she ends up like, she wants to go like talk to Abby or something, and so as a viewer, we're like, oh shit, Abby is gone.
Right.
But no, there's like a jump scare. Abby is there. She like pops out, surprises Vanessa. So she has somehow managed to get home before.
First rule of hide and seek: always check behind the doors. And that's gonna come back. That's like screaming at you. This is coming back later.
Yeah, and I think we go from that.
Oh no, we have a really cool Chica doll now. The sad Chica doll is now like a really cool. Somehow she learned how to form the plastic, and they don't have a 3D printer, so. She probably has some form of cancer. No.
Yeah, because she has like this is her science project, right? She has like a
yep.
She's like they Freddy and Chica needed help and they gave me this.
Right, and Vanessa's like, oh, that's super cool. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
Yeah. And so then we get like Mike arrives. He has been out this whole time, and he went out to pick up breakfast for everyone.
Yeah.
And, he's like, Vanessa, we need to talk. So, they leave Abby. He shows her he shows Vanessa the flyer that's like Freddy is murder.
Right. And she's like, oh yeah, about that, your sister. And he's like, yeah, no, we can't keep secrets between us, right?
Yeah.
This is where he goes into that whole thing.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it's one of those things where nobody is listening to each other, and it's so much worse than if people just paid attention and, like, were cautious.
Right.
So, yeah, Mike won't believe that anything's going on with Abby or with Vanessa, even though now he's like, well, so I did pay attention to the flyer, and I did call the number, and we find out that the person putting up the flyers is Charlotte's dad.
Henry Emily, which is a big thing, yeah.
That was the one thing that, like, I did, like, after the fact, like, look stuff up, and I was like, oh, this guy is, like, a big part of the story, and they don't really give much of that in this.
Yeah.
For me, it
basically
was just like...
they're introducing.
Yeah, they're introducing... yeah, I feel like it's going to come back in the third movie, but,
Yes.
As being a horror fan and not an expert about, Freddy's lore, I was like, oh, we've got a reunion because this is Skeet Ulrich... And so now we have Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich in a movie together. These being the killers from Scream.
Right. Stu and
Billy.
Skeet Ulrich. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was a fun sort of like kind of cameo thing that they've done here. But again, they're. Mike and Vanessa, it's frustrating because they're both trying to deal with the Freddy's problem, but from different directions, and they're not listening to each other.
Right. I feel like everything, but like Mike is actively, he's actively ignoring what she's saying, almost, to a point.
And he's like, I've been trying to fix this, and you're just like, having these prophecies and stuff. I'm trying to deal with the real world stuff. And she's like,
right.
Oh, you're trying to fix me, huh? And, so she storms out mad about all of this. And so then we have Mike taking Abby to the science fair, but he ends up dropping her off. He's like, I've got one quick errand to run. I'll let you get your stuff set up and I'll be back. I won't miss the fair. I promise.
Yeah. You can do this by yourself, right? I can ignore you and that's fine. That's fine. Right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's like he learned his... I do appreciate that he learned his lesson from the previous movie, but in the wrong way.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So then we have... While that's going on, Vanessa goes to that original Freddy's looking for Charlotte. She knows what's up. And, of course... She didn't tell Mike all of the, when Mike was like, yeah, I talked to this girl's dad and all that. He doesn't know all of this backstory.
Right.
But Vanessa wants to deal with it, and like she's talking. She's just like, Charlotte, come out. Like, I know you want out of here. I know you want to hurt people. And they talk about like that there's a perimeter lock, some sort of thing where like the animatronics can't leave the facility. So Charlotte is trapped in the building.
By the way, the music box from earlier is kind of also keeping her subdued at that point.
Yeah. So we have like something like swooping down at Vanessa, and it's
the puppet, yeah.
It comes towards the camera. We cut away where Abby is at the fair, and the science teacher is like, he's again like, she's there with her project, and he's like, don't even set up. It's fine. I'm gonna give you an A. Just go home. Don't even.
Yeah.
Like, I was sort of to the point where I was like, does he know something? Like, is he trying to? But it doesn't seem like it. I think he's just an asshole.
Just an asshole.
Weird.
Yeah. And like, fact, she's like, no, I'm gonna set up over there, and he's like, oh, cool. I'll help you set up. Give me your project. Give me your project. I don't want to destroy it or anything.
Yeah. And so he like just straight up, he takes her Chica doll and smashes it.
Right.
And
I'll give you full credit. And
yeah, it's like so obvious he did it on purpose, and he's like, oh, oops. Don't worry about it. You'll get 100%. Just no worries. Just go on home. So Abby goes and bikes back to Freddy's.
By the way, somebody yells out, Mr. Berg, you're a dick. And in my heart, I feel like it was one of the ghost kids. Like, I really wanted to be one of the ghost kids. And he's like, who the fuck said that? You know?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
But so when Abby gets there, the full-size Chica comes out and is like, I'll be your new project, Abby. You just have to enter the secret code so that I can be able to walk and leave the facility.
Yeah. I'm not luring you here like your other friends did. I mean, we did.
And so we cut away from this to see that Vanessa is now tied up and is watching. She's in the security office and watching this play out on the camera.
Right. Lisa Charlotte is like, yo, you better tell her the code or I'm going to crack her head. There's a lot of head trauma in this, which makes sense, I guess, with Five Nights at Freddy's, but that's a whole thing.
Yeah. But so eventually Vanessa, she's like, okay, I got to protect Abby. So she gives the code. And I don't know if this code ends up like meaning a thing, but like she does.
It's like a code from the game.
Oh, okay. There's 4AE7XCD1.
Right.
And
only people who've played the I think part 2 or 3 were like really excited about that. Probably 3. Okay. It's got to be 3. Yeah.
And of course that works. So now the full-size Chica can leave, but Abby.
Well, not only full-size Chica, we got a couple other friends that can come with her.
Yeah. So
Toy Freddy and Toy Bonnie. Yeah.
Yeah. So Abby can't get them all anywhere on her bike. So a taxi arrives. It's the same.
This poor bastard.
Is he? I can't remember. Wasn't he? He's like a streamer or something, right?
Yeah. YouTuber / streamer. What was his name? I'm trying to remember. I feel bad. I feel awful.
I remember that was like a big thing in the last one. There was a lot of cameos from YouTubers and stuff, but this seems like the only one in this one.
Well, actually, I was looking back at it, and Jeremiah apparently was in the last one. He was Mike's friend from the beginning, his ex-coworker.
Oh, okay.
Mike got fired. Yeah. So, there are cameos. They're just a little bit more subtle. And also, Matthew Patrick, who played the everybody's favorite waiter at that one restaurant, he's Bonnie now, the voice of Bonnie. Whereas, I said, there are we still have a lot of cameos, but they're more subtle about it this time. I guess you'd say.
But the cab driver's like, oh, not this again, kind of deal. But he does take them back to the school. Meanwhile, we have Mike visiting Charlotte's dad. So we finally I think this is when we actually see that it's Skeetal Ulrich.
Yeah.
But he's
Corey Williams was the guy, by the way, the cab driver.
Oh, okay. But clearly, he is a broken man from having lost his daughter. He blames himself. He's got all these news clippings, and one of the clippings says something about the river ride, which I can't remember. But Abby mentioned something about it, like that
Yes.
she saw a river ride, and he was like, "There was no ride." And so when he sees this, he's like, "Oh no, she's been to a different location. This is." Like Mike wasn't aware of this whole. Vanessa right away knew where to go, but this is the first
Right.
Mike's learning of it.
Well, this is when Henry, Emily / Skeet Ulrich is like, we stopped doing the river rides. I mean, they stopped doing the river rides because people kept falling in.
Yeah.
You know.
So right away, Mike's like, "Oh shit, things are going on that I wasn't aware of." He goes and tries to call the school. And they're like, "Oh no, Abby left. Something happened with her project, and she was supposed to go home." And so he's like, "Oh no!" So he runs out, or he's getting ready to leave, and
Henry's like, "Hey, take this music box. She really likes the music box."
yeah, if you just leave it there at the facility somewhere. It was really special to Charlotte, and it would mean a lot to me if it just was there where she last was.
Yeah.
Mike doesn't question that at all. He's like, sure, happy to do it. And so when he gets to the facility, of course, Abby has left. He doesn't know that, but he finds like the beat up, like ragged versions of the animatronics, like the ones that have decayed over time.
They've just been left there and used for parts.
Yeah.
And by the way, he just walks past Lisa from Spectral Scooper's body. Just like, doesn't even notice her. And we only see it because she's in the camera shot.
Yeah, exactly. So then we have Abby arriving back at school with the full-size Chica.
Well, we also have Mr. Berg being super, like, he loves Rube Goldberg machines. He fucking loves them. That would make sense for this guy.
But yeah, so Abby shows up with Chica, and he's like, "Oh, so yeah, you're going to cheat? You just got like some adult in a suit, and you're going to say it's a robot?" And he like yells at her, and I think he's just like he's going to go. He
storms off to go
office.
get his keys. Yeah. To kick her out.
But the Chica animatronic follows him and says something about like, "I wonder what's inside your head."
Right.
And, as you were saying, head trauma. So, like, yeah, the Chica, like, corners him. He's begging for his life, and she just, like, crushes his skull.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. By the way, there was a weird janitor that just walks through. I wonder if this is meant to be somebody in the future. Or, I don't know. I don't know why my mind just went there. Maybe that was intentional. Maybe it wasn't.
I mean, this movie seems sort of like dedicated to like throwing these little Easter eggs at you, so it would make sense.
Yeah. I would think it would probably be like William Afton, but also, well, or no, maybe we'll mention that later. We'll go there later. Okay. Yeah.
So we go from the teacher being killed back to Freddy's, where Mike is still searching for Abby, and instead finds Vanessa tied up. And Vanessa tells him what happened, that Abby left with a bunch of the animatronics and she might be in danger. And she's like, "If you would just trust me, we can make it through this. But you keep ignoring what I'm saying and things keep getting worse."
Right. So I'm going to leave you with this walkie-talkie. I want you to turn off or track all the animatronics, and we'll get this together. Oh, also, she's going to try and kill all the parents in town. She's going to be the reverse Freddy Krueger in this case.
Yeah. Abby thinks she's been talking to the ghost kids, but they are not here. Charlotte is the only ghost in this building, and she's manipulating your sister.
Right.
And
then, of course, Mike's like, "Hey, if you're going to leave me here, like, where are the doors? Why are they not shut?" And she's like, "Oh, there are no doors in the security guard's office." Which he rightly says, that's incredibly stupid, but it's also game-related. That's, like, legitimately in the games.
Yeah, this is the part I was talking about. Like, this is just straight up the game. So, like, we know Charlotte is controlling the animatronics and that she blames every parent who was involved or was there that night. So she's
Yeah,
out she's on a killing spree. Basically, she wants revenge.
Right. Not gonna lie, she's not wrong. But I think most of the parents are now grandparents at this point. So.
But as a computer guy, Mike is the only one who might be able to disrupt the signal. So he has to stay there and mess with the computer, while Vanessa goes and tries to find Abby.
And the only defense she leaves him with is a Freddy mask, which, that, like you said, that comes from 2 and 3, yeah.
Yeah. So we have this bit where like Mike is on the computer trying to do hacking. He's trying to watch the door, the doorway that can't be closed. So we have all of that going on. Meanwhile, all of the Freddy animatronics, or the Freddy, like the Fazbear animatronic is at FazFest, while Abby is winning the science fair for having this full-size robot.
And we get a reference to Elm Street as Mike's like, hey, we have some of the animatronics going to West Elm Street.
Yeah, definitely leaning into that. And the Chica bot realizes what Mike's trying to do, and so we have this sort of like hack off where they're like competing with one another.
Well, Freddy goes to that location. Then Bonnie, the rabbit, goes to sneak, like appears in the window of a little girl, and is just like, "Hi, little girl, let me in." Yeah, so we hack off
have
occurs.
A lot of stuff going on here where we have
Vanessa
different
getting
families.
Jumped.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there we have one of them attacking Vanessa's car.
That's Mangle.
Gotcha. Okay, Vanessa manages to get to one of the houses. Mike's giving it feeding her information or whatever.
She literally uses the Mangle as a projectile against Freddy, Toy Freddy.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then we have, at the Freddy facility, some of the animatronics are coming for Mike. He puts on the mask that Vanessa left, and somehow they run a scan, and they're like, "Oh, it's one of ours," and they leave him. So again, this is a straight up gameplay where he's able to do this. The Bonnie
it's like, hey, I'm gonna go talk to your mom. I'm gonna go see what's going on in her head. I guess that's the big thing, right?
Yeah. And Mike is frantically trying to disable the Wi-Fi as some of the prototype bots are coming for him, and it's like he doesn't have time. It's all very the last second he manages to turn off the Wi-Fi, which stops the Bonnie bot before it kills the mom, and the prototype Foxy before it attacks him. So they both kind of shut down. And he's like, "All right, Vanessa, it's okay. Everything's over. Everything's fine." And then he's like, "Wait, no, there's one more dot that's still moving on the map. And
it's at my house."
Yeah. Of course. So he's like, "Oh no, it must be the marionette. She's the only one that's not being controlled." So the idea, again, with it being that all the ghost kids are gone, we have the marionette that's actually controlling everything, but or she is, she's moving around and she's controlling the other bots. So when the Wi-Fi goes down, the other bots shut down, but she is still independently controlled by the ghost, the possession sort of thing.
Right.
So, but it's the marionette controlling the Chica bot, which is what we see. She sets Abby down in the bed, and then the Chica bot bursts open, and we see the marionette is inside the Chica. Yeah.
Yeah. So, she's inside of it like William was in the other suit. But obviously, her being a marionette, she was able to curl up and then leap out and possess Abby, which we don't get to see that yet. But boy, this one, this will give you nightmares.
Yeah, I think for sure. So then we go to Mike, who runs out of the facility. He's trying to get to Abby. Meanwhile, Vanessa figures it all out.
Well, he's not trying to get to Abby. He's got one last plan that he's going to try.
Yeah. because he thinks the signal's being like rerouted, and he thinks he can
Exactly.
do his
He has
computer
one thing
stuff.
Yeah.
Vanessa calls him to let him know, and he's like, "Don't worry, I'm going to talk to the ghosts. That's the solution, is to get the ghost kids involved."
Exactly. And then Jeremiah pulls up on Vanessa, and like he lets her in, and she's like, "I gotta go. We gotta get the mics ASAP." And he's like, every moment that he interacts with her, like in the back of your mind, like at the end of every sentence, you hear him just like subconsciously go, "Crazy eyes."
Yeah, because we have this whole thing where like Vanessa's car breaks down. It seems kind of like pointless little obstacles that like, but yeah, because her car breaks down, but then he shows up right away. It's really just a reason to get the two of them together. But so they arrive at the house to help Abby and find the possessed version of her, with the marionette makeup. And so of course she's chasing Vanessa around the house.
Right, come out wherever you are.
Yeah.
But
so
she's also trying to sway her to her side. She's like, "Hey, Vanessa, I don't want to kill you. You were actually kind of cool, but these other people gotta die."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the punishment has to go through.
Yeah.
But that's when Mike appears, and he's got that music box that Henry gave him, and he starts playing it, and that works. That
drives
contains,
out.
Yeah. So Abby is suddenly normal again, no longer possessed. And then, it seems like the day is saved, but then a bunch of other animatronics burst in, and we have Mike and Abby and Vanessa sort of surrounded, and then Michael appears, our other security guard from before.
But wait, we have two mics in one room?
Yeah.
No, one's Mike Schmidt. The other is Michael Afton. Dun, 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 as I revealed earlier.
So, of course, that's, as you were hinting at the very beginning, this is Vanessa's brother. And whereas Vanessa has tried to disconnect from her family's dark past, Michael wants to carry on his father's legacy.
Which is hilarious in the game's context, because in the game, Michael was always trying to fix his dad's shit. Basically undo it. So that'll be an interesting arc if we go through there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because here he's responsible for setting up FazFest, right? And and he's like, things are going to happen at FazFest. Half the town will be dead by morning. And Vanessa's like, I don't know why you're so dedicated to carrying this on. We could have a normal life. And
he's like,
Michael's
normal life?
No.
Nah.
Yeah, he's like, we will always be his. You should come home and join me and join us.
We have a purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, echoing that dream. And so Michael, tells the animatronics to kill Mike and Abby and Vanessa, since she won't join him.
Right. By the way, Vanessa definitely sides with Mike and Abby. She's like, no, I'm with the right family I'm supposed to be with.
Yeah. Which
pisses me off at the end. The end is just so infuriating on Mike's part.
Yeah, I don't... So we have, it looks like the end for our heroes, but then the prototype animatronics also burst in. And so these are
the originals. We get the originals.
Yeah.
But they look really heroic for some reason. I feel like they look way too heroic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. They save the day here, but they're also killer animatronic kids.
Right. Yeah. But so we have this whole robot fight where
robot fight, animatronic fight. Yeah.
And as they're fighting, Michael uses this as an excuse to get away. He runs outside.
Right. Get stiff-armed as shit by Jeremiah. I love Jeremiah. Jeremiah's the best. Just by being in this movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciated that he just happened to be there for this. But they as soon as the hero animatronics defeat the bad animatronics, they just start kind of collapsing and falling apart and everything. And they say that they were never designed to leave Freddy's, but it's time to move on anyway.
Right.
And
But because these murderous children are do one good deed at the end, I guess, and believe in Jesus Christ, their Lord and Savior, they get to go to heaven now. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah. Tying back to like when Mike told Abby that they were going to go to heaven, she asks, "Are you going to heaven?" And she was like, "Yeah, well, we'll see you there someday, but not too soon."
Right. So we don't want to kill you now. Great, awesome. I guess because you can't be with us right now.
Yeah.
But he's also like, hey, if I go, this is, by the way, the Golden Freddy kid, I think. He's like, if I go, William Afton's coming back, like, ASAP. Like, I'm the only thing locking him away.
Holding him back all this time. Yeah. So, they say he'll be back. And Mike is like, who? Of course, we know who. I don't know why. But then, the ghost disappears. So,
you silly goof.
But then Jeremiah comes inside and is like, I knocked out that guy that was... and Vanessa's like, okay, everything's fine for now. We'll figure the rest out. But, like, it's okay. And then Mike's like, get away. And this I think is what you're saying, like, that pissy... It's ridiculous. Like, they survived this because they worked together, but suddenly...
Right.
Mike's
she literally chose you versus her actual fucking family.
Yeah. But he's like, I can't trust you anymore. You need to get out of here.
In fact, I feel like that's the ultimate form of, no, I can trust you because you literally sided with me over your actual brother.
Yeah. Yeah,
or
weirdly,
at least
so they're
in
they're in Mike and Abby's house, right?
And then they just leave their own house.
Yeah.
Where are they going?
Yeah, he doesn't kick Vanessa out. He and Abby leave. And then as soon as they're gone, we see the marionette pop up behind Vanessa. And then Vanessa's eyes start glowing yellow. So we know that she's been possessed by the marionette, and we go to credits from that. So we're really setting up for some crazy shit to happen in the third movie.
Right. But by the way, if you're still listening, we're not over yet because we're going to have some mid-credit scenes, baby.
Yeah.
So we're going to get a reveal. What reveal are we getting, my friend?
So we have 3 more people breaking into a Freddy's facility. And they are looking for like old abandoned equipment that they can use for a haunted house.
Yes. Fazbear Frights.
So the main thing they find is one of the spring trap animatronics with the chest open.
A very suspicious, spring trap.
Yeah, and one of its eyes lights up. So they're like, this will be perfect. This is so creepy. Let's take it to our haunt. And so they grab it, and then we go back to the credits from that, right? So we're definitely setting up for. I think this is definitely for the fans. Like this is definitely setting us up for something.
I'm pretty confident this is a full setup for the next movie, 100%.
Yeah.
Because all right. So, I mean, what else was there? I feel like that's the main bulk of it. Like, was there one more after that, maybe?
Yeah, so I think we go from that to like the regular credits, and at the very, very end of the credits, we just have a little audio clip of Henry calling Mike, and he says the marionette is still loose, and then it's like a voicemail recording, and then we just hear like commotion and him screaming and stuff. So it seems like he was trying to warn Mike, and then he gets killed, or that's what it seems like happens.
Or attacked, yeah.
That's the very, very end. So definitely more, the marionette will be back. Vanessa possibly possessed is being set up for the next thing. And then we also have this. So the Frights is a game. We have a plot of a game that there's a haunted house using old pieces.
Literally in number 3, Freddy, Five Nights at Freddy's number 3, instead of being at a pizzeria, it's at Fazbear Frights.
Okay.
And that is basically a museum that's, or not a museum, but a haunt that's set up to commemorate all the killings at the Freddy locations. And hey, we just happen to have this one animatronic that's Golden Freddy. Or Bonnie, or whatever you want to call it. Basically, it's just William. Spoiler alert, for those who don't know, it's literally just William Afton in the suit that he died in. Like, he's probably going to be the only, he's going to be the main ghost and main enemy of the third movie, probably. More than
yeah, that seems like it. I mean, I'm sure the marionette will be there. I mean, I feel like the having
those two are in opposition.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think we're definitely set up for like a really intense showdown in that, because the plan is a trilogy, right? Is that my understanding?
Oh dear God, I hope they don't do like the games and just keep going for no reason. But like the thing is okay. I don't think we've discussed this. So now it's time for spoiler alerts. Get ready if you see a whole other hour added on. But do you know the big thing about Vanessa, or at least there's a big theory going on about Vanessa because of the books?
No.
I'm going to assume probably not. All right. So here's the idea. The thing I alluded to with her at the spin class going a lot faster than other people, people have the theory that Vanessa was one of the first kids to actually have died, but she died like on accident or because Henry fucked something up and accidentally killed her.
Okay.
And William brought her back as an animatronic. Now, in the books, in the original books, like the Silver Eyes trilogy, I don't remember, long time ago. Anyway, the main character was named Charlotte, and at the end of the series, spoiler alerts if you haven't read it, I don't know, I'll give you a little bit of time. It turns out that Charlotte, there was a robot built for every stage of her life, because she was actually killed by William Afton in retaliation. Like, William killed Henry's daughter after Henry fucked something up and accidentally killed his. Or other theories are that Circus Baby actually, she has something in her called the scooper, which the spectral scoopers is also funny, literally scoops your brain out of your head. That's the only purpose of it. Why they invented it, fuck if I know, but they did. And that also, that is theorized to be what happened to Vanessa. So Vanessa's original soul is supposed to have taken over Circus Baby, or I think her name was Elizabeth in the books. And going back to, sorry, my ADHD is kicking in. I haven't had my meds today. So if none of this makes sense, that's fine. It does to me. But no, anyway, going back to the whole robots in every stage of life. So after Charlotte died, there was a literal animatronic built for her as a toddler when she first died, going up through her preteen years, teen years, and eventually adulthood.
Okay.
But he actually destroyed the adult, or tried to destroy the adult version, because after the teenage version, he was like, you know what, this is fucked up that I keep reanimating my daughter. So maybe I just let her go, right? So that's the whole thing about Henry, is him and William are parallels. But Henry's a little bit better than William, but he also knows when to stop. Whereas William just doesn't. He's got the rabbit in him. He don't stop. I was going to say dog, but that's not appropriate. But also, it also leads back to the fact that Vanessa, there's evidence that she might be animatronic even though she gets possessed. Also, Vanny/Vanessa is in the games as someone who gets taken over by the soul of William Afton, or at least brainwashed into being William Afton. It's weird. There's a lot of weird shit there. So her crazy silvery eyes, that's a whole thing. So there's a lot more spoilers and things like that, but she's being set up as the main villain basically for the third one with William.
Well, we definitely this movie kind of like both establishes that the marionette possesses people and also does possess the Chica animatronic. So it's capable of both. So whatever Vanessa's got going on, she could theoretically be controlled.
And as I mentioned, Michael also got scooped at one point when he was trying to save his sister. So basically, all Afton kids are animatronics after a certain point.
Okay.
So
yeah, there's a lot of the movie.
Weird shit.
I feel like the movies are playing around in the same sort of sandbox as the games and the books. And so it's there's.
I will say it's definitely making
theories.
It more coherent, even though it sounds less coherent.
They've got a lot of room to take what they want and leave what they don't. So we're in a situation where a lot of the the deep fans have a lot of room to make theories, but nobody can be confident that we know what's coming in the third. So that's a good place to be, where it's like there's a lot of exciting things that might happen, but we don't know for sure what will happen.
Let me throw in a theory. This is a bonus theory, a game theory, if you will. Haha. Anyway, so do you remember when the kid said, "Wow, Mr. Berg, you're a dick"? Mm-hmm. And he didn't know who said that. So in the books and story, there's a lot of time travel shenanigans. I have a feeling that either the kid who really liked Abby is going to be a really big part, and he goes back in time and sees Mr. Berg be a dick, even though I would think he would know anyway, and maybe unfucks everything, him and Mike. I don't know. It's just a thing. So if time travel pops up in the third one, and I'm right, you all owe me $1 million. Everybody. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. You heard it here first. Or maybe second. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. I am definitely curious to see where they go next. And like you said, I hope they stick to a trilogy. I would hate for this to outstay its welcome to being a Blumhouse thing, they have a tendency to let things go on a little longer than they should. I'm looking at Conjuring movies. But yeah,
apparently the last one was decent, but I didn't see it. Or I heard people say it's decent.
Yeah, I haven't. It's the fifth. I feel like the fourth one I was kind of like, meh, and then I didn't. If I'm remembering right, I think that's where we are.
Yeah. The fact that we don't care should tell you everything about it.
Yeah.
La Llorona got bad reviews. I thought it was fine, and that's about it. I mean, I didn't see. I saw The Nun. Was not impressed. The first Abigail, whatever the fuck that was supposed to be, also meh. So, yeah, I'm not a Conjuring Universe guy, I think, anymore. Well, after the first one.
Yeah, the first one is good, and then I think I've seen the next two maybe, but I just dislike the Warrens so much that it's already an uphill battle for me to enjoy those movies. I won't deny the first one is great. It's just put together really well, but after that I just kind of lost interest.
The first one, we actually care about the story. The rest, hey, we got to get paid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But maybe this will be different. Maybe they've got a plan and they'll reach their end goal and they'll stop. We'll see.
But once again, hopefully this doesn't go too far, or if it does, goes in a different direction. Yeah. Maybe give us 10 years between the final one and this and the next one. How about that?
Yeah, that'd be fine. But obviously when that third one comes around, we'll be here. We will check it out and hopefully see how it goes.
Absolutely. Hopefully it'll be more on time, I guess, right? Because this one's going to be more than a month out.
Well, it's always tricky when we do movies that are in theaters, because you don't want to spoil it too much for people that are going to wait till it hits streaming. So I think we're hitting this right around the right time where people are still talking about it, but they've had time, so nobody's going to get spoiled or anything.
Fair enough. All right. Well, Anthony, I wasn't smart enough to look at the next piece in the schedule. What do we got coming up? Let me look.
So the next one is actually also a sort of new release that is already hit streaming and stuff, so it's fine to spoil. Next week, Hayden will be back, and we will be talking about the new Tron movie.
Tron Ares.
Tron Ares, which is I'd seen the previous ones, and I wasn't really eager to check this one out, but some people just specifically emailed me and they were like, this movie is very much a Frankenstein movie, so you guys got to talk about it. And I was like, all right, we'll do it. So I'm excited to dig into that. I know the soundtrack slaps, so I'm at least excited for that. You got 9 Inch Nails doing, electronic Tron music, and it's great. So I'm sure if nothing else, that'll be a good time. Join us.
You'll be talking about the music. That's it. It's man, this song was really great during this period where cult leader Jared Leto is.
Yeah, the Jared Leto of it all is what's really kept me away from it. But hopefully,
the Jared Leto of it all. I love that phrase. Yep.
Yeah. So catch us next week when we talk about Tron.
Absolutely. All right, Anthony. Wow, it's been a while. Holy shit. All right, where can we be found, my friend?
Yeah, so you can find us on all the socials at The Frankencast. You can email us at thefrankencast@gmail.com. We're also over on YouTube. And, of course, you can always find us at patreon.com/thefrankencast, where we're doing all kinds of odds and ends. We're, continuing some of our ongoing projects with the Munsters and some of the comic book stuff. And it's always new stuff over there. So we'd love to have you check out our, what we have available over there as well.
Absolutely. Oh, Anthony, by the way, apparently I'm making a card game, or at least a tabletop game.
Yeah,
and,
I was gonna check in on
called
you. How's that coming along?
Yokai Tea Party. We got art that's... spoiler alert, I did use AI art. I only use the AI art for the prototypes, and I'm destroying it as soon as actual cards or actual art's being delivered to me by my artist, Zach Abbott. So...
Nice.
We're moving along.
I've seen you sent me one of his prototype cards, and it looks great. So I'm super excited to see all the rest of it.
With layout by Jilly Foo. Yeah,
nice.
But I've also I have some people editing the actual rules. So we're getting all professional up in here. Is what we're doing.
Nice. So I'm super excited to see that as it comes along, and obviously we will be checking in as it progresses, and. Definitely when it comes out, we will. In fact, I have a specific movie picked out for us to talk about when it comes out. So we'll do that when the time comes.
Absolutely.
And I guess while we're doing self-promotion stuff, my book is officially out now. Pre-order thing happened and everything, but now if you pre-ordered it, it should... if you pre-ordered the ebook, you should already have it. If you pre-ordered the physical book, it should be either... You may already have it or it may be on the way, but you should be getting it very, very soon. And then, if you didn't pre-order it, you can now get it from Die Books website, diediebooks.com. You can also get it on Amazon. Or if if you're an indie bookstore person, they're probably not going to just have it, but if you go and ask for it, I'm sure they'll order you a copy, and I'm sure that'd be great to support your local indie bookstores. So, I'm super excited. I got my copies in the mail and got to look at them, and it was really, really exciting. So I definitely would love to hear what everybody thinks once people start reading it. And if you get a physical copy in the mail, send me pictures. Tim Kirk sent me a picture of it, him holding it, and I was like, oh my god, this is so crazy. If you have it and want to take a picture and send it to me, I would love to just see everybody enjoying it. I'm super excited.
Absolutely. It's a good book. Read the book. Get the book. That's all I have to say. Just get the damn thing, okay? All right. Well, anything we have to say about this?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, one more time. To be continued.
Looks like you survived another episode. The Frankencast is a production of FCR Media. It's hosted by Anthony Bowman and Eric Velasquez. Follow us on Twitter at The Frankencast, or send us a letter at thefrankencast@gmail.com. Our cover art is by Amanda Keller. You can find her at Keller Illustrations on Instagram. Our theme music is by Vivek Abhishek. Thanks for listening.